Greetings, everyone. On the East Coast of the United States, it's now the evening time of Labor Day, which is September 1st. The first day of September, Labor Day is a federal holiday celebrated in the United States and has a lot of different meanings and has evoked a lot of different feelings today, given kind of a lot of things that are going on domestically and abroad. But I just wanted to come to you and share with you my intention for my September. So, as some of you may be aware, I am a mental health and disability justice advocate. I do so independently. And you may not be aware that, I've had a very busy summer. My intention was to post a video series for May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month in the United States. That slipped away from me. We got to July, which is B.B. Moore Campbell National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. That came and passed, and so now we have arrived in the United States to September, which is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and worldwide on September 10th is the World Suicide Prevention Day. And I really wanted to get on here and talk a lot about this topic, which is a little bit taboo for most people, either domestically or around the world. So my intention that I'm setting is I'd like to do one video per week for the month of September. Today is the Monday, so I'll probably release those on Monday, and there's 5 of them in the month of September. And the goal is to really open up a conversation about suicide and suicide ideation. Suicidal ideation is what it's known as. And I want to be clear, I am not a clinician. I am not professionally trained in this area. I am simply someone with some lived experience. And that is how I come to you about this topic. So my goal is, each Monday, just kind of open it up for a few topics. My agenda is just to introduce the topic today. For the next session, talk about the personal and the professional and how, on this platform that we're on and many others, those intersect around this issue of suicidal ideation. The following week, I plan to discuss a little bit more about marginalized communities and how there may be some similarities or differences about how traditionally marginalized communities view some of these issues, typically. And then the last 2 weeks, I'll spend sharing personal stories. So the first will be about a mentor of mine who died by suicide. I think it was about, 8 years ago. I'll have to go back and check on that. And then I'll end the final Monday telling you a little bit about my story. And my goal with all of this is not to be triggering, not to, unleash a lot of backlash, but to really impress upon us that we need to start having some really difficult conversations to address some issues that we have not succeeded in addressing. And the value in having these difficult conversations is to take the veil off of this topic. I think a big reason why we're still seeing so much mystery around this topic of suicidal ideation itself, let alone, what it could result in, is because of misunderstanding, and we don't talk about it. And we think that everybody else is in we're all in silos having these experiences, and we're not communicating with one another, even though we have platforms like this, other platforms where we connect on a lot of other issues. So my real goal in these 5 minutes is to just kind of introduce that issue, and that's my intention, my agenda. And I'm hopeful that you'll tune in. I'm hopeful that you will see that this issue affects each and every person who's watching this video. So if it hasn't affected you personally, you have a family member or a friend, or you're in community in some other space, whether it be a religious space, your workplace, any other group that you're a part of, someone in that group has experienced this. So it is very relevant to us if we intend to be in community with one another. So again, I am each week going to list some resources, just link to information that I think might be helpful, and hopefully offer a couple of action items if you're so inclined to kind of ponder what I've said and see, well, what can I do? So that's my intention for the month of September 2025. This is when I'm posting this. And, happy to point us in the direction of having a very robust conversation. And hopefully you can take that back to your community, wherever you are in the United States or within the world, because we're dealing with some really difficult things that are happening in the world, and we really need to start to be able to talk about them. So this is mine for the month of September, and I've linked some resources and information to this post. So hopefully you will tune in.